Merriam-Webster defines smorgasbord as a luncheon or supper buffet offering a variety of foods and dishes. Similarly, life in and of itself is a variety of people, careers, and cultures. Join me, Matt Bingle, as we discuss how each individual became the person that they are today, and whatever else they want to talk about too. It's an open invitation, and you're invited. So come on in and grab a seat. Welcome to Bingle Smorgasbord. What's going on, everybody? Come on in, grab a seat. My name's Matt Bingle. Welcome to Bingle Smorgasbord. Today on the Smorgasbord, we welcome my dear friend Jake Deffinbaugh, who for the last 5 years has been hosting an incredible podcast called Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show. And this month, July of 2026, is the podcast's 5th anniversary. You believe it? I sure can't. Neither of us can. If you are getting into podcasting, this episode is for you, as we talk about our best tips for being a great podcaster, mainly just being yourself, but also having a balance of that and professionalism without getting too fanboyish, let's say. This is a deep conversation about podcasting and how to be a great one. But of course, it's the anniversary. We talk about Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show, some of our favorite moments and favorite guests, and guests that just made us blow our mind. It's like, wait, we actually got this person? We actually talked to this person? It's a wonderful conversation with my dear friend Jake Deffinbaugh, and I hope you enjoy it. Jake Deffinbaugh, my buddy, my pal. Welcome to the Smorgasbord. How you doing, man?
I am doing good, Matt. Thank you so much for having me on. And it's pretty cool that, I will say this, from obviously, as a lot of you know, who watching and listening, that obviously already know at this point, even that he mentions in his show few times already that he was a former co-host on my show, Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show.
Yep.
And after it's really cool that you want to do kind of your own style of how the way you want to do it in podcast industry, that you want to have your own style, you want to have your own way to be involved with it after how much you've learned from your time with my show. It's pretty cool for that you want to start this. And I know you've been wanting to do your podcast for a while, right?
Yeah, it's something I've wanted to do for a few
Even
years.
before
No,
even before you became a co-host for my show.
no. I think it kind of grew over time. Probably maybe the last year or two I've wanted to do something like this.
Okay.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
I learned a lot from your show. We'll get into all that. But
Yeah.
why don't you introduce yourself a little bit if you don't mind?
Yeah, of course. First of all, um as a way, so kind of a little explanation of why Matt says buddy, my pal, is because, as you know, me and Matt been great friends since 2020. So we've been knowing each other for a while, and we just had this wonderful chemistry that both of us had, and it was always fun to even to talk to each other, even when we were just doing this. So it's a lot of fun. But anywho, yeah. So obviously, my name is Jake Deffinbaugh. I am, well, most of you may know me, as already said already. I'm a host for a pop culture nostalgic podcast called Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show, which is now a fifth year doing it, which is kind of crazy to itself. But we'll go more into that more in depth later. Um, yeah, and if there's anything else besides me involved podcasting, technically I can call myself from how much I post a lot of things recently, a lot on social media, especially on Instagram. I'm more active on Instagram.
Yeah.
I can technically call myself a singer, dancer, but I'm also, some of you know me from because of my characters, being Carlo, and recently a puppet version of myself. So I'm also kind of I'm kind of start to say, even though I haven't done much content of that field as much recently, just because I've been so busy. But I can technically call myself a puppeteer as well. So yeah, singer, dancer, podcaster, puppeteer. So it's a lot of a lot of jumble in from
Just
all that from me.
just we'll just call you an all-around guy and call it that. We'll just go with that.
Yes.
I mean,
I
I'm
mean that's
I'm the
true.
same way. I'm the same way, but so take us back to the beginning of your life, childhood. We had a lot of the same kind of stuff that we grew up with, like the
Oh yeah.
Wiggles and Barney and stuff like that. Now you grew up
Yeah.
you kind of grew up after the VHS era, sort of, although you were like fairly young when the VHS era was kind of ending. So I guess you kind of grew up with DVDs, but kind of tell me your first experiences with those kinds of shows like the Wiggles and Barney and Sesame and all that. Assuming you remember, but if not, it's fine.
Yeah, it's all good. No problem. But yeah, I mean, even when I was born in 2004, so I'm 22 now. Um, honestly, I even when I first became exist in this world, uh, no, um,
That's a way of putting it.
I don't know. I don't
When
know.
I
Just kind of,
first existed, get a
I was just,
t-shirt.
I
Just get a
don't know. I
t-shirt
don't know.
EST 2004.
Literally,
I started
literally. I don't know.
existing in
I don't know.
2004.
I don't know. I was just trying to think of it to be funny, but
Hey,
you
it
see, guys,
worked.
see, guys, you see how me and Matt are just.
Yep.
It's gonna be a lot more later, more in this episode
Oh
than any
yeah.
other episode. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
before I go talk more than I need to, um, but yeah, yeah. Even when I was born in 2004, I mean, I remember even like watching like VHSs myself too from from childhood copies, especially uh from Barney VHSs. Yeah, a lot of Barney VHSs. Like during like early elementary school days for me. But I did grow up a lot more of a thing than VHSs because kind of started fading away. Um, but yeah, so I remember growing up watching a lot of VHSs even, from early elementary school days and from a lot of Barney VHSs. And I have a lot of Barney VHSs and
Mm,
some Wiggles stuff and some of the movies, the VHSs too. But obviously I grew up a lot on DVDs as well, just because that was when it starts to become more of a thing, and then VHS kind of start go away because it was 2006, 2007 is when VHS it just stopped.
right.
It just not like stopped doing it anymore. Um, but yeah, I mean, I grew up even when I was born in like in between the 2000s, even I grew up with even like where my friends, even one of my real life friend that you met.
Hmm.
I mean, he grew up the same a little bit, but not as much as like 90s, 2000s stuff like I did. Um, so the kind of I don't think I've ever told this story. So my other grandma from my mom's side, what I remember, I might be wrong because it's been a little bit since my mom told me this story, but what I remember, I think I might be wrong on this. My other grandma. I think she used to be do a daycare with special needs and kids and all
Oh,
that.
really? Wow.
Yeah, so I remember my mom told me that her mom, my other grandma, like she was kind of one who kind of introduced to my parents with all the good you know um children's series and all that stuff, like Wiggles, Barney, and Sesame, all that stuff. So, So I don't think my childhood would be a great thing for in regards to me to watch shows if it wasn't for my other grandma. So um and then yeah. So that's kind of how that started. But I mean, I grew up a lot of different nostalgic channel stations as goes, with PBS Kids Sprout, of course, Nick Jr., Nickelodeon, Playhouse Disney, and I mean a little bit of DC Junior, but just only like the first year of it because I was when DC Junior was actually decent at that time
Yes.
before they took all the shows Playhouse Disney originally just gone.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so I grew up, with a lot of great shows, even from me, just even as a almost mid 2000s kid, I got to be lucky enough to explore with good children's TV. So yeah,
Real good children's TV. I mean, as you know, I'm a early 2000s kid. I had mentioned on a previous episode those old Playhouse Disney compilation CDs.
yeah,
I think I had the second one and Imagine with Learning Music, which I think came out in like 2005, I think it was.
okay,
So I had those. I had some of those CDs as well. I don't know what I was more of as a kid growing up. I might have been more of a Playhouse Disney kid, maybe. Trying to think, 'cause it's
okay,
been so long. I might have been, but I loved
yeah,
people.
yeah,
It was kind of a toss up between Playhouse Disney and Nick Jr. and quite a bit of PBS too. So I was like a, but I feel like more was either Playhouse Disney or Nick Jr. One of those two, because we had a bunch of um those orange VHS tapes from the early
That's what
2000s.
Frankie. That's what Frankie said. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Yeah, I've still got a bunch of those. I've still got some Barney tapes from when I was a kid. Frankie, I said in Frankie's episode, he actually sent me a couple of those tapes, like It's Time for Counting,
Yeah,
which is my favorite
Sign
of
for
mine.
Counting and
Barney's Fun and Games was the
what
other one.
else?
Barney's Fun and Games
Right,
was the
okay.
other one.
Okay, cool. Nice.
So he's helped add kind of to my Barney collection. I didn't even have those two as a kid, shockingly. Um,
Oh wow. Yeah, I
I
did
already
have those copies as a kid.
No, I didn't have those. I think the oldest Barney tape I have, I think is the original Barney's birthday tape from 1992.
Uh,
I think that's the
um,
oldest one I have.
yeah,
Um,
Barney's Birthday VHS from season one. Okay,
season one. Yep.
gotcha.
Yes, we have to differentiate here because there's two. I think there's two
Yeah,
Barney birthday episodes.
there's few versions of same episode, but there's one for each generation, really.
I don't know what I was more of. I mean, I guess it kind of depended. I mean, obviously, I loved the Wiggles growing up. I still have some home movies. I want to say maybe from like 2001, 2003 to me watching the Wiggles, I
Oh
think.
wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
I saw there's a picture of me with the cool little me like I'm like 4 or 5 have the cool spaghetti western VHS. I remember
I might have
seeing
had
that
that
picture for
one.
the first. I remember like man, I was scrolling through all the childhood pictures. It's like, oh my gosh, I have a picture of me with Wiggles. I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Now you got me wanting to do that. Thanks. Because
Like that's
I haven't
crazy.
done that in a while. I might need to go through some old childhood pictures and scan them. Thanks. Thanks for the idea. Appreciate it.
Where you walking, buddy?
Great.
No, no.
No, I think I
Um.
had cold spaghetti western as well, I think. One of the ones I vividly remember, I think, was live hot potatoes, I think. I think that was
Okay.
one I
Yeah. Okay. All
remember
right.
vividly.
Okay. I gotta, um, um, I gotta be for a second on that video
Oh no.
because,
I can't wait to hear this.
okay. So, um, but okay, before I'm gonna say that, before I go to that, so I mean, me with all the stations I grew up, so I was 5, 2009. So I remember. I mean, I did, so I watched. So I, did, I remember I definitely watch all those channels. Oh, yeah, Noggin too. That's right.
Oh, how can
Um.
you forget about Noggin? Yes,
Oh my gosh. Oh, that era of Nick Jr. was crazy. It was
it was
peak.
peak.
But I remember watching a lot of Sprouts and a lot of Noggin and Nick definitely a lot of Nickelodeon and you know obviously People's Kids and put out 16 too. So even like when I was like 8 to 9 or something at that point when DC Junior became a thing.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
about right.
I still remember like watching like I play out 60 stuff. Apparently my parents told me that I actually got to watch Bear.
Really?
But it was but the show
Right.
like stopped like running not even when not when I was 2. So
Right.
I think what happened is my parents heard about it, or I've somehow or probably because my parents heard about it, like heard of heard how the great how that show is because how comforting and how
Oh yeah.
and so I think I might have somehow watched it, but obviously when I was so little, I have no memories of it whatsoever. So one thing I have to beef on that is on the actual version of the video of to Church Chuckabee Car on that video. You can really mostly only hear the Menzillas, not Greg.
Yeah.
But with series 4, you could hear him.
Oh.
But with the actual Live Hot Potatoes version, you don't even hear. The only thing only, only time you can hear him is in the back seat, like those lines, and
Yeah.
then the uh um we're gonna like that's really it.
I never picked up on that till now.
Yeah. But
Fascinating.
anyway,
Wow. It is a great live show. Don't get me wrong. It is amazing. I just never knew that till now. That's crazy. But
it's really interesting how they do it to kind of do like an orchestra, like live orchestra
I love
show.
that. I love that. I thought that
Here
was
Come
really
the
cool.
Dear, that song on that show goes crazy,
It goes crazy in the first place.
literally.
But what's that one song from that that's been stuck in my head? I wave my arms and swing my baton. That live version's great.
Yeah,
That
yeah, yeah.
especially especially with Captain Feather's sword. Oh man, that part of it was fantastic. I love that.
I like to, I like to, I like to, I like. Da, 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 da. Done.
Mm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I had a lot of the Wiggles tapes growing up myself. Another one I remember vividly having was Santa's Rockin' from
Oh
'04.
wow.
Yeah, I remember having that one. That was a fantastic
Yeah, I
one.
didn't really know. I didn't really watch much of. I didn't really watch Dance Walk until later on for me.
I did.
For
It was
me,
great.
it was really Christmas, and You'll Be Wiggling.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm more nostalgic with You'll Be Wiggling
I
than
feel
Really
like
Christmas.
I feel like I've seen Wiggly Christmas more times than the others, probably. That one's amazing. Probably one
Yeah,
of the best, I think.
yeah,
Is
yeah. My favorite Wiggles video of all time for me is gotta be Yummy Yummy. And yes, I was one of those.
classic.
Yes. I'm from the U.S. too. So I even showed the Wiggles puppets. And yes, I'm one of those kids that didn't get creeped out by them. I know I'm weird.
I
Anyway,
don't think I did either.
okay.
I don't think I did either. They were creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But I did not take the
Especially
show.
Anthony's face is like, oh my God.
Oh,
At the very end, where he just pops out. Dun, 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 dun.
right?
Yeah, it was so strange. Yeah, I think it's just because the music, because the fast tempo
Well, then,
gets
yeah,
gets me
yeah.
on that.
Yeah, well then again it was like 97. That kind of thing was like huge at the time. Like 97, 98, that kind
Yeah,
of thing was kind of
yeah, because I
picking
saw,
up
yeah, because
back
I
then.
first came from the Wiggles movie soundtrack.
Right. Yeah, they're creepy. And
Anyway,
anyways. Yeah, I had a lot of those tapes. I like I said before, I still have a couple of those tapes. Um yeah, I still have quite a few, not all of them, but a few of the childhood tapes. Probably should get some of them again now that I think about it. But I was more of a Blues Clues kid, truthfully.
oh yeah, me too, for sure. The computer games.
Yes.
I
Oh
remember
my
playing these
goodness.
games so many times on my first elementary school, like first, second grade. I just
Oh,
kept, like when I had like free time, I remember playing those games all the time. No matter how many times I play, like I was definitely a Blue's Clues kid, but um,
I don't think we had those. I do remember. I'm going to probably age some of you. I'm sorry. But I remember Millie's Mac House. You want to go back that far? Yes, we
dang.
had those in like
Oh yeah,
yeah, we
on the
had
putt
that.
putt
But
games.
I
That's right.
oh the putt putt games. The only one I vividly remember was Putt Putt Travels Through Time. That
Okay,
that was that was the
yeah. I
one I
remember.
grew up with.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I remember
And
that too.
then and then yeah, my aunt had, and I think we did for a time. We had the Windows 98.
Oh
That's
my
another thing.
gosh.
Windows 98, one of the best. Although XP was incredible too. I miss XP. That was amazing. Yeah, I had some of the blues. Actually, it was my aunt who had them. Although my aunt had both. What was it? Blues Birthday Adventure,
Yes.
Blues Treasure Hunt, and
Mm-hmm.
then she also had, and then there was Blues Art Time Activities, which was my personal favorite.
ABC's time activities, one, two, three time activities,
No, I never had those.
treasure hunt,
Treasure Hunt,
birthday. Yeah, I remember playing those.
and then she also had some of the Joe ones too. I think it was kindergarten. I think it was.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do remember playing the Joe stuff.
There weren't many. I think it
Yeah,
was kindergarten, toddler, and Blue Takes You to School. I think were the only three. And then for
yeah.
some reason they had a blue. Did you know this? They had a Blues Room PC game in like 2004.
Dang, really?
Yeah, I
I
didn't know
don't
if
know.
that had
I have
been made
no
about a
idea
year
about
ago.
that.
It's it's. I've never played it, but I've seen gameplay of it. I'm like, wait, that's a thing. There was a Blues Room PC game in 2004, but I guess there was. It's Blues 3D animated, which I'm not gonna lie, looks pretty decent for '04. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I had more of the Blues Clues games, and then I had some Winnie the Pooh PC games as well.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, I remember playing like one Sesame PC game.
oh yeah,
It was the one about it was one of those guys Smiley and Zoe. It's one of those kind of like a
are you talking about Let's Make a Word?
I think that's one.
Because
But
yeah, because that one had Guy Smile. I don't remember the other one. The one I remember most was Search and Learn Adventures. That was my favorite Sesame PC game, and it's one I vividly remember was was Search and Learn Adventures. It was like one of my favorites. I've discovered some of the other ones, like what's that one Under the Sea I discovered a couple months ago, Elmo Under the Sea or something like that, or
okay.
no, Elmo's Deep Sea Adventure, I think it was. That's what it was called. That one's a fun one. That I
That's
discovered.
the one. Let's make a word. Yep.
Yep, yep. Because I was gonna say I know one featured Guy Smiley. I think, yep, that was it.
Yeah.
Good job, me. What are the PC games do I remember? Uh,
I just remembered I have like so there was like a Wiggles board game that used to be on my first elementary school.
Hold up, there was
And
a Wiggles board game.
yeah,
You,
yep,
there
yep.
that was a thing.
Yeah,
How did
yeah.
that work? I've
So
I've never heard of a Wiggles board game.
wow,
That's a
really?
thing. No, I've never heard of a Wiggles board game.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a Wiggles activity game.
Huh.
So it has like the board game of like about like certain like objects, and the player you can be as like a Wiggle or a friend and just move to spaces or something.
Interesting. No, I've never heard of that. Wow.
That's
That's pretty cool.
crazy.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
I have all that. Yeah, because so it's kind of an interesting story. I remember like okay, so it was used to be on my first elementary school, and then my speech teacher, I think, might have noticed I was a big fan of them. So
Hmm.
I think I might be wrong on this, but I think she might have gave that away to my parents so I can have it with me.
Oh, that's really cool, man. That's really cool.
Like that is so cool.
I remember I remember a teacher, hold on, I gotta grab it. She gave me this book. Hold on. It's not childhood. I have to grab it real quick though. Because I think some of you will know what I'm talking about. Some of you will really appreciate.
I remember reading some of the Blues Clues books.
I'll probably find it later, but uh my fifth grade uh my fifth grade teacher gave me a Calvin and Hobbes book in like fifth grade. It's a comic strip that was around like in the 80s.
Comic strip for elementary school.
Yeah, it's about a little it's about a little boy and his tiger, and
Huh.
it's a really good comic. It's not around anymore. I don't remember what year it stopped, but it's an old book from like the 80s and 90s. But one book I vividly remember. It's a book called Frederick. It's by Leo Leon, and it
Huh.
is one of my favorite childhood books, other than Good Night, of course. I'm talking about Good Night,
I mean, I can
but
think of one of my childhood books is if you give a cookie like those type of books, especially if you give a mouse a cookie.
the only one I remember is
Obviously, Dr. Seuss books.
I was just about to mention Dr. Seuss because I remember I think in kindergarten, um, I don't know,
Scholastic book fairs. Oh my gosh,
man,
that
Scholastic
was
book
a
fairs were amazing.
that was what a time.
Ah, what a time indeed. I remember, I don't know if any of you folks remember, they had these Dr. Seuss book VHS tapes in like the late 80s, early 90s. I think Random House released the tapes, I think. Man,
Okay, okay, that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. Those were really fun. And then I think I mentioned this on a previous episode. In chorus, we sang songs from the Music K8 catalog. Do you remember that?
I don't
Yeah,
think
how do I
so.
just oh man.
See, I miss out with all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they're still around. They're still around today. They've been around since like I don't know. They've been around a long time. But they how do I describe it? It's a music publishing company for like elementary schools, and
Okay.
it's also like a magazine for teachers, sort of in that case as well. They have a lot of songs, and I mean a lot. Um, there were a lot of songs in that, and they've been around at least 20 years. We have a tape. We have a home movie from I gotta date this May of 2006, and
Okay.
it was nursery rhyme day, and we had to recite nursery rhymes, and I don't remember what mine was, and I wish I could. I still have the tape, but
Hard to get an idea if it was a stupid one. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah. I don't remember. It's been like 20 years, but I remember us coming. My grandparents, my mom and papa, they would come over on Wednesday nights, as I've said on the show before. My grandparents would come over on Wednesday nights, and originally it was just to take care of my brother and I, but eventually it became this family night kind of thing. We put the tape in on our TV, and we had watched it. It wasn't that long. It was, well, but it was still really cool though. Um, what was I'm trying to remember some of the books we read in school too.
Oh
Not
my
high school.
gosh.
Not high school.
I mean, I don't remember Wing as a kid, but I know about it years later. But I was, did you grow up? Did you read if there was a monster at the end of this book?
I don't think I grew up with that. I know I've heard of it and I've read it since, but I don't think I grew up with that
Like
one
it
as
was
a kid.
Sesame book, but
Yeah, a classic. I don't think I grew up with that one. Like I said, one of my favorites was Frederick by Leo Leone. It's about these mice,
right.
and well, three of them gather stuff for the winter because it's about to get cold. But Frederick, he absorbs like light and heat and colors and all that, and it says this beautiful poem. I'll see if I can grab it here a little later, but that's one I vividly remember.
Okay.
Of course, Good Night Moon. Of course,
Yes.
I'm trying to go back to elementary school because I feel like I remember more books that I read in high school than I do in elementary school.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but not to say the high school books were bad. They were great. Like some of them, Great Gatsby and Of Mice and Men, To Kill a Mockingbird
Oh yeah.
was a good one. The Love by Toni Morrison was a good one too. A lot of those I remember reading in high school. I'm just trying to remember the ones we read in elementary school. Um, I know in it was after our MSA. I know that dates it too, but MSA, Maryland Schools, Maryland State Assessment, I think it's referred to as. Um, After those were done, it was kind of like the I'm trying to figure out what I was going to say. I took AP courses in high school, and after the AP exams were done, we basically did nothing the rest of the year. We had like those really fun last weeks. We had field day, which was a lot of fun.
Yes.
We
Oh
had
my gosh.
You had that too?
Yep.
Nice,
That
yeah.
those were so fun.
Oh yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
And
I
I
was so
think
looking forward to it every year at that point.
me too, man. I was really looking forward to field day every year. Um, and I think we did. I don't know if you had this. We had jump rope for heart every year. It was for the American Heart Association, and it would be a thing where people would get together and just jump rope to benefit the American
Huh.
Heart Association.
Wow.
But then we also had this jungle gym, um, which was a ton of fun. I haven't thought about this in a long, long time, but we had this jungle gym kind of thing, and it's a little fuzzy because it's been at least 16 years, at least since I did this anyway. But it'll be during the evening, we could oh good. I don't even remember much from it. And I wish I could because it was so fun. I remember two of the warm up songs though, like we would do jumping jacks, stretches and stuff to warm up. One of the songs was Hot Hot
Gosh.
Hot. One of the songs was Hot 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 by Buster Poindexter.
I think um I remember a couple of times we would dance to the I don't know, I don't know, it was on the gyms. It was on the gym room. But I don't remember it was on PE at all. It was not on PE class at all. But I remember just I was like dancing to the chicken dance.
What? The chicken dance?
Yes. I don't know what it
Oh,
was.
that. Oh,
I was in the other class, and then what was special education classes, and we went there for some reason we did it. I don't know. It's been yeah, and oh gosh, and the Cotton Eye Joe.
oh, Cotton Eye Joe. Yeah, we never did those in warm up, but I remember that one well. That's a banger of a song. You think that's interesting? One of the other warm up songs at
Oh,
one point.
on the Sesame Street.
No.
No, 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 I wasn't going there. We went to the gym inside at one point. We could see
Oh wait,
Big Birds,
you told me about this. Was it that planetarium?
Sky and the Big
Yeah,
Sky, one
yeah,
Sky
yeah.
Big Bird Adventure. That's it.
That's
I
right.
remember
You
for the
told me
first
about this.
time.
We had
For the first time, like listening, like trying to, I was like, I was so close to tearing up because I was like, oh my gosh, I remember watching Big Bird the other character that Talent Bunch did. It was
yeah,
all it was, the room was like whole like around so you can look around and it's like oh my gosh, it's so cool.
I remember having a planetarium at one point. It was not
That was
Sesame.
oh
It was
that was
not
so
Sesame
cool.
though. But we did have a planetarium come to our school at one point. It's actually really cool. You ready for the other warm up song we had at one point that I remember? You think the chicken dance was interesting. The other one we had was the gummy bear song. You remember that?
Oh no.
I kid you not.
Gummy Bear album starts on November 13th.
But that's it. Music, videos, and extras.
Videos and extras.
Yeah, we actually. I don't remember what the other
Wow.
ones were.
Wow. That's
Those were the
crazy.
only ones that came
Wow.
to my
That's
head.
wow.
Yeah, it was a time.
Wow.
But
I know.
what else? What else did we do? I'm trying to remember. I know we talked about PC games and all that. Oh, I just remembered another PC game I vividly remember playing on my aunt's computer. You might not remember this because it was before your time. There was a PC game that came out in 2000 called Nicktoons Racing, and it was basically well racing game obviously, but it
Yeah.
was different characters from Nickelodeon shows. I think it was oh god, it was SpongeBob. It was Tommy Pickles. It was the Angry Beavers.
Okay.
A couple others I can't remember. Hey Arnold, I think was another one too. Uh,
Okay.
a couple others I can't remember off the top of my head, but that was fun. I loved playing that. Very very fun game. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
we done talking a lot of that stuff.
yes we did. But hey, you know what? You know, that's what I remember. Speaking of warm up songs. Just Dance. Gotta talk about Just Dance.
Just Dance Disney Edition. I remember playing that on the Wii a lot. Oh my gosh, Nintendo Wii.
I never had that one. I
Uh,
never had that one.
playing Nintendo DS and Nintendo and the Wii.
Yep, that's what
Uh,
I had it on. I had it on the Wii. I'm
Wii
literally looking
Sports.
at it here.
Ah.
Yeah. Oh. Um,
Oh.
I had I'm looking I'm literally looking at it here. I have the first four Just Dances as well as 2014. I wish I had more though. But yeah, we had the first four and Just Dance 2014. I know there's a reel I saw. I forgot who made it, but it's like, imagine your grandpa doing this in 50 years from now. It was Rasputin by Boney M, which was on one of the Just Dance games.
Uh,
Let me tell you, that one's tough, but it's so fun. A lot of the other ones too. Like there was oh god, this might be a little like why is this song on a Just Dance game? Satisfaction by Benny Benassi. I think the song came out in 2002. But I forgot which one it was on. But you know,
I
it's
remember
got
playing a little bit of the Michael Jackson game.
I wish I had that one. I really did. I really wish I had
I
that
don't
one.
have it physically, but I remember my days where I was where I'd be at summer camp, not camp, but
I
just
know
like special education, like
uh,
camp to go to certain places. I remember some. I remember one
Yeah.
time during free time that we would play. We would have like the Wii, and there were some games. I remember one of them was a couple of them were Super Smash Bros. Another one is the
I've never gotten into
it's that Michael Jackson one.
I never got into Super Smash. I tried, but I just never got into it.
Me
I
either.
tried, but I never got into it.
I was just more like Wii Sports Resort.
Oh, me too. Me too. Me too. That and there's one I haven't played a lot. Carnival Games Mini Golf.
Okay.
Oh, that one was super
Oh yeah,
fun.
Wipe Out. That's it.
Yes, yes. I had
What?
Wipeouts 1 and 3. Oh, those games are so fun.
Oh my gosh.
Not to mention that show itself was absolutely incredible. I watched that
Oh
show.
yeah, I remember watching the actual Wipeout show.
Oh yeah, I remember watching it too. It was amazing. I loved Wipeouts. Man, such a good show. Um, yeah. Um, let's talk about Jake's Happy to Sad show. First of all, I was I
Yeah.
was gonna say this at the beginning, but happy 5th anniversary. First of all, gotta mention it right out of the gate. Um, what made you
Okay.
want to do a nostalgia podcast?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you for seeing that, buddy. As from a long time, well, not like not long time, but like but a long, but long friend, long online friend, and since 6 years ago, and for for what you've done in 3 years of my show, and then you still supporting what I do with that to keep that going, and so from you, thank you for that, buddy. I really appreciate
Of
it.
course, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's kind of interesting. Okay, so it's not the first time I share this type of story because before going to that part, I'll just have to go way back. So, during my days in middle school, that was when I wasn't like, oh, okay, all right, okay, I'm that Asian. I want to move. I want to. All right, I don't want to talk about these now. I want to talk about the Nickelodeon stuff. I wasn't like that. I was just kind of more left to the back burner because it's just because I was kind of at that time I was kind of just moving on with other interests, and because of me being a very introverted and shy kid, I don't want where I'd be talking to people about things I still like growing up, and then me getting bullied. I don't want that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So because people being people anyway. So yes, anyway, so how I first got back to all this stuff with from for why I love growing up, that made me back to that I'm so grateful that I still love all these stuff now. So I was to those who watch my episode of Joe Wiggles, you'll understand what I'm about to say. Um, so I was, so I got to I was playing Roblox because I was involved with another community before I got back to all that stuff. One show I kind of just saved for this answer. One of the shows I definitely love like 2013 to 2021 because that was when the show kind of started change format. As one of the NBC shows, American Ninja Warrior. So that's why.
Oh, I love American Ninja Warrior. I could get back to watching that.
Oh my gosh! No way! Really? Wait, hold
Yeah,
on,
I've
hold
watched that.
on, hold on!
It's
Stop!
been a
Stop!
while.
Hold on!
It's been a while since I've
Hold
watched.
your horses! Hold the flippin' horses! You got to flippin' watch that show? Are you serious?
Yeah, I
That's
watched it when it
flippin'
was first
nuts!
on.
What?
Yeah, I
I have no
haven't
idea
seen it in
about
a few
that.
years. I gotta watch it again.
All
But
right, okay, let me go
I've
deep on
watched it.
that show then before I go
Go
back.
ahead, please, please go ahead.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I remember me. and my twin Drew, as some of you know him. Um, yes, I have a twin, thanks to my mom, who's a twin sister. So and Matt has a twin brother himself. So it's
I
kind of
also,
a
yes, I
crazy
also,
full circle.
yes.
Um, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, I was into that show because of because of obstacle courses. I was like so into like all the racing and well, not racing, but like all the obstacles and all that. I was like into that stuff. The first season I watched was season 5 because I remember Brian Arnold's run that he was so close to going to stage 4, but in the flying bar, like second to the last, it cut short and he's far wide. And I remember me and Drew's reaction were like, because we were so enthusiastic at that
Right?
point. I was like, and
Nah.
then and then season 6 when Joe Moravsky I went to Last Man Standing, following him climb, and then season 7 when Isaac Caldera, well Jeff Bryn too,
Yeah.
uh beat stage 4, but because Isaac got it first, he yeah, he was the one who had me in toss, which honestly I think it'd be a lot better if Jeff had the have if those two have a 500,000 each other because they beat stage 4. And it's like like really? Like, we give Jeff nothing? Like really?
Right.
But yeah, in recent years, yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of that how the format is going now because it's not like a national final stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. It's completely different. It's now
Is it?
all racing.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So see,
Hmm.
yes, now the prize now $100,000 instead of 1 million because
Wow, that's a big downgrade.
yeah, now because all the winners from $1 million because of Vance Walker, oh, such an inspiring ninja.
Uh,
From not walking when he was a toddler, he had to get like braces on his knees, and then flipping got the megawatt 18 feet, $10,000, and then beat stage 4. It's like that's flipping crazy. And okay, I know some of you probably don't even know as much of that show as me and Matt did. Apparently, as I know just now, I was like, "What? That's crazy."
again, it's been so long since I've watched it that
Yeah. I mean, I still keep up with it. It's just I'm just kind of
I haven't in
how the
years.
format's going now. It's not how it is now. I just kind of just. I mean, I still watch it time to time, see how the show's going, but I just kind of just don't really watch it like as much as I regularly uh, at that time. Anyway, so yeah,
So
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 I
so it sounds like I'm not missing much, aren't I?
yeah yeah
Okay, cool. Glad
yeah.
we're
Anyway, so but yeah, so anyway, go back to from Matt's to your question. So yeah, I was downloading Roblox because there's like a Ninja War Roblox community. There are like certain people do like do courses and host competitions. So yeah, I was into that. And then 2018, however, and maybe yeah, definitely it's a summer. I forgot which exact month, June, July, maybe. There was a there was a game that's called Roblox and Wiggles Big Show.
Mm.
And I'm like, hold on, let me click on this. I'm heard Wiggles. Let me see this. There are people there. Is there a show happening? So I press it, and I was still a very enthusiastic kid at that time. And I remember me going like, you can actually make something from the love of your childhood on an online game. That is bonkers.
Right.
So I'm a, so that's so yeah. So yeah, my first yeah, Box of Wiggles Big Show, my first ever box show I ever went. I went to on Roblox. And I remember I was just mesmerized by it. I was like, there's people does cast. There are people actually Wiggles and actually they're dancers as Roblox players. That is so cool. And that's how I first met Chris and my my co since the very beginning, and Tyler. Some of you may know him from Wiggles Enthusiasts and some of our some of his appearances on my show from Jennifer Batten, Murray Cook, and Greg Page, and crazy. But yeah, so that's how I first know them, and then I was got into the Wiggles Roblox community, and then I met all these wonderful people through there, and then and then and I saw that there was a podcast called Purple Tales Podcast.
Mhm.
So that was when I kind of had that side like I want to create a podcast, but I don't think he didn't do Purple Roads yet.
I
What
don't think so.
what
No.
happened is before Jake's Had Me Saw show, I already technically I already there was a podcast I already made. Yeah. Called a Happy Dynamites podcast. It was me and Matthew, other former co-hosts.
Not me.
Yep. Yeah, I'm Matthew Johnson, not
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 me.
not
Not me.
not obviously not Bingo here. But yeah, so we did an episode. It was Ted Fredrickson, one of Jason Pleasant's wise play on
Yeah.
work
That's it.
people.
Yep.
And I kind of like I don't want to do it. I don't want where we only have people talk about a certain franchise. I want to get more in deep with all these different franchises and all that stuff. And that's when Purple Roads came in. And I was like, I think there's more. I think there's some more to this I should do with this. So so I decided and I thought and I came up with Happy Nostalgia Show because when you think of nostalgia, it brings you happy joy, it brings you happy memories, and that's how I came up. It's such a simple title.
It is.
And then Chris found out that I was starting doing it. So that's when I remember he messaged me out of the blue and said, "Hey, I've heard that you started, doing your podcast. Uh, because since he already had experience with
Mhm.
podcasting with Bob show, the DJ Bob show. So you kind of know how to do with podcast stuff. So he's kind of helped me with certain stuff, and then Bob later on, um, still is, um, but I remember he messaged me on the blue and say, "Hey, I've heard that you started doing this. So would you mind that I can help out?" And that's rest of history, really. So
Yeah.
me, Chris, and then a little
And
bit
then and then
Matthew, and then you came in, and then
and then I
just
and then I
me,
came.
and then just me and Chris now. So
Yep. Yep. I came in January
yeah,
2022.
Jason Marston, that was your first
Jason Marsden was my first one. It's interesting that
20
that
episode
happened.
21 or around
22.
there. 20 okay,
22.
okay, I was close.
You were close.
Um,
It's funny how that happened. I don't think I've shared this publicly, but it's funny how that happened. I think it was Matthew
yeah,
who couldn't make it to the recording that day.
that's
The,
right.
the,
Oh
guy-
my
the guys
gosh.
the guys were
Okay.
like, "Hey, you wanna guest co-host for this?" Like, yeah, I'd love to. And
Yeah. So Matt was originally going, yeah. So Matt was
he was
originally going
originally
to be
going to
a
be
guest
there,
co-host. That's
and
right. I forgot about
and
it.
then
And then we thought about, it'd be cool if Matt be a regular
yeah,
co-host.
and then
And that's kind of happened.
I was part of the more regular episodes, and then I became a permanent fixture for like 200 and something episodes for 3 years, hard to believe. Uh,
Yeah.
and I saw the show bloom and grow as we were getting bigger and bigger guests.
Oh
I mean,
yeah. We now have over 2,000 subscribers, over a million
over
views.
think about that, man. In 5 years, your show has gotten over 1 million views combined, which is absolutely incredible. What do you think is part of that success? I mean, it's crazy that a podcast on YouTube has gotten 1 million views in 5 years, and it's been incredible. What do you think? What do you think is leading to part of that success?
Yeah, I'll go more to that, but to kind of go back to that other question, yeah, so yeah, it was when Carrie started Purple Rose, and that's when I, it'd be cool to do like a hobby nostalgia podcast, but not talk about a certain franchise. I want to talk about like a lot of different franchises in one podcast. And we have like different variety of guests, and then me and Chris and Matthew started doing the first episode with Beal and Oil,
Feeling oil, yeah.
and he was in the very first guest, and he's still a supporter of what we do after 5 years, which is flipping
Love Beelan.
crazy.
So
Like Beal and
supportive.
Oil is so cool.
He really,
I know we'll talk about more about my favorite guests, which we'll get to that,
we
I mean
will get to
but it's not the first time I've answered that question before, so it's completely fine. I completely forgot to ask that,
now.
but yeah, um. Yeah, so go to that question now. Okay. All right, let me get okay, I'm gonna go deep here for a second.
Go ahead.
So I remember okay, I grew up obviously watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood too. I'm Fred Rogers. God bless that man. God bless for what he did for PS Kids in general, for children's television in general. It wouldn't be how it is if it wasn't for him. Rest his soul for sure. Anyway. Um, no one will ever be like Mr. Rogers ever.
No, no,
Even if people would try to do it so hard, no one can be like him.
no.
Legit. Anyway, I remember there was an interview that he did that Charlie Rose got to interview him, and one of the questions he said, "So how many kids are out there that makes a difference and makes them feel something special?" And flippin' Mr. Rogers gave such a simple answer that I feel like it's so relevant for to say that answer for our show is. He said, I don't care how many, even if it's just one. So think of how we do it is we have this imagine just think if one person likes what we're doing. I don't okay. I mean it's great that we have all these episodes of subscribers and a million views I just mentioned, but to be honest, I'm not that type of a person where I would just look to numbers. I'm just more like um I'm just kind of more yeah, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, we got we got milestone. Oh my gosh." I don't remember I'm like that as much. I'm just more a person that like if people love what we're doing, that's what matters most to me. I know it's a very simple answer,
No, no,
but but
that
honestly,
that's an amazing answer. Truthfully.
but I mean I don't think of it as numbers. If there are people love what we're doing, that's what matters most to me. And you know if and that's why the show keeps going. I remember it was a witch. It could be like a some sort of like a COVID project, and then we kind of just see how what it will be, and then boom, after 5 years later, we're still doing it just because of how okay right okay go back to yeah the success. I think it's because the way we talk to guests in such a respectful manner that we cared about the person's work instead
Yeah.
of being, oh my, can you talk about this project? I want to talk about this and this and that. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, I was kind of a fanboy early on the show. But the more older I get, the more episodes we're doing, I'm less than that now.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of more like, hey, that person's a human being like you and me.
Yep.
Like
That's how I
they
see it too.
like yes they got to like they're so lucky they got to be involved in such big nutshells that somehow we got to watch from their work growing up or something. But they're people too. They have the same dreams as we have that I want to be involved with children's television and do something different and do some to represent or do some to to feel something. That's kind of what it feels like to me with the podcast industry for me is, you know, I would say even if the guests like the conversation we're doing, yes, there are times we would go on certain things, but we respect, for what person has done in such a casual manner than just so instead of imagine a guest, but oh gosh, I'm doing another podcast with with fanboys that won't shut up. No, I'm just kidding. No. Oh, oh, low key, I was kind of that early on in the first episodes. Anyway, moving on.
I think
Um,
we all were at one point or another.
oh gosh. But yeah, I just,
Yeah.
it's just if people enjoy it, that's the most important to me.
That's the best mindset to have in podcasting, I think. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this show too. I mean, I love the nostalgia realm, and I was honored to be a part of the show for 3 years. But even I wanted to expand because,
Yeah,
like you, there's and no offense to nostalgia as a whole, there's a lot, there's even more out there, you know, like
yeah.
sure, I mean, getting to talk to amazing people, but again, as you
Yes,
said,
but we don't talk
that's
about. Yes, we can keep it as a nostalgia manner, but not like
yeah,
talk about.
but
We're not thinking of them as a nostalgia person. It's more to
exactly,
that.
exactly, sure, they've done amazing things, but that's how I saw it too, and that's how I saw it too. They're at the end of the day, they're people like you and I, and that's
Yeah,
that's kind of and that's kind of the vision I had with this show too, because again, these people are great, but they're people like you and I as well. Sure, we'll talk about their careers and whatnot, but
yeah.
we'll also just talk as people.
Kind of have a conversation too. I
Exactly.
remember our
That's
first interview. We kind of started to have like that with Stephanie DeBruso's.
oh yeah, yes,
That was
yes, yes.
when after that
I
we kind of decided
absolutely
to kind of more into depth in conversation wise
Absolutely.
than just ask
That's,
questions.
yep, that was that one was a real turning point for us for that reason.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We love Stephanie. We
Stephanie's
love
awesome.
Stephanie. We love Stephanie the Bruiser. She's amazing.
Stephanie the best. Oh my gosh.
She
All these
really
amazing,
is.
wonderful guests we have over the years. But
All these guests. But yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I think that episode was a real turning point for us again because it's like we can actually have in-depth conversations with these people, not just oh yeah let's talk about this thing and this and that, and you don't really get anywhere, and I think for a time, it was just like oh you did this, what was that, like it doesn't really add anything, if you get to more specifics, let's say Fraggle Rock, Back to the Rock, for example, how technologically amazing that is. You could dive more into like how this works, or
Like there's more stories to tell with Froggle Rock.
exactly, yeah, or like Sid the Science Kid, for example, with the Henson performing digital performance system. We talked a lot about that too over the years. Especially
Yeah, with
how
certain
that works,
things,
how that
how
works, and
yeah.
you know. But again, I felt the same way, and I still do now. I mean, talking to these people is great, but I too feel that they've done amazing things over their career, but at the end of the day, like you said, they're people at the end of the day too, like you and I, living different lives, but we're still people too, and I think people get too caught up in the numbers. I think, especially
Yes, okay, yeah,
these
Mr.
days.
Rogers said the same thing where people get in numbers of our society. We get to have you and I talk each other one to one at the moment. If we can if we can exceed to the moment with the person that we have to be with at the moment, that's what's important. Like that quote, oh my gosh. Come
Yeah,
on, it can't get any better than that.
yeah, Yeah, yeah. I mean that Charlie Rose thing was what 1994, I think it was.
And another one, it was 97.
Uh-huh. But especially these days, with like
How,
algorithms and
I mean how
wanting
the
to go
world, how the
viral and
world is
stuff like that.
going in general, that people just
Yeah, I
completely
think
forgot about
and
simple
and
stuff.
don't get us wrong. We want a lot of people to see our work. But, if you like say a certain milestone, like let's say 10,000 views on this video and your videos barely get 2,000, it creates that unrealistic kind of thing. It's not like, some
I mean,
videos do
I
well,
don't think
some
of
don't.
views too much. I'm just kind of more like people enjoy it, no matter how views
No,
it is. Then
no, yeah,
I'm happy
no,
with it.
yeah, I get that. But some people would probably care more about the numbers than producing the
Well,
actual
okay,
content itself.
I get you. Yeah,
That's the line I draw because again,
yeah,
if you care too much about the numbers, you won't
yeah.
actually enjoy doing it. I mean, I think it's amazing that Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show has gotten 1 million views in 5 years. I think that's incredible. For
Thank
a
you.
video podcast to do that in just 5 years is absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
And I
yeah, it's
and I'm
wild
not
for me.
and I'm not saying that because I was part of the show for 3 years. Sure, I've seen it grow. I've seen it blossom. I've seen it bloom. I was there from I guess its infancy, and I've seen it grow so much in 5 years. Although technically 4.5 because I first joined the show in January 22. But I think I think the problem with social media and it's just I think some people get too caught up in the numbers. Like,
Yeah,
if this video
for sure.
reaches 10,000 likes and it's like so what if it reaches 10,000 likes? The fact
Yeah,
that people
exactly.
enjoy it, like if you want it to hit a milestone, I mean, sure, it only takes not even a second to like a video, but liking a video is different from somebody actually enjoying the content. Like you see,
Exactly.
like the comments you see on some stuff are really heartwarming. They really are. That's the
Yeah,
connection.
it's not
That's the
like we're
connection.
like it's not like we're um like begging to watch certain episodes.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, there are times I will, hey, the Wiggles fans or Sesame fans, yeah, I would send the episodes to them only
Absolutely.
because so that way if they're interested to watch it. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
do it just to beg or anything, and
Right.
that's not how I do. I was just more
Right.
doing it just to, if people would enjoy it because I know those people are Sesame fans.
Exactly. And we've had a lot of Sesame people on over the years. A
Oh
lot of
yeah,
amazing.
yeah, we'll go more to that, but
Yeah.
um,
If you were to have a talk with yourself from 2021 when the show began, what would be the biggest thing that 2021 you would be so surprised about? Like let's say you have a talk with the you that was you around the time Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show began. If you were to have a conversation with that version of you, although really not much has changed, I would think since then. What do you think would be the thing that would be most shocking to 2021 you if you were to talk to you from 5 years ago?
honestly. I don't feel like this is gonna be like a shocking answer. I'm just kind of more like, because at that time, 2021 me, I was still like very enthusiastic, kind of fanboyish, kind of a vibe that I was at that time. So if I would talk to younger self of me 5 years ago, I'll probably say, hey, relax, dude. There are people like there are people too. As long as you let them talk, let them see if they're enjoying their moment with you. If they're, just let them be, if they want to talk about things, let them talk about things and let them, you know, so Jake, calm down. Jake,
Yep,
calm down.
and I think that's a really good tip for people who are starting out in podcasting too.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
just
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah. It's
be
because
yourself, but
yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
yeah, first of all, just be yourself, but also like,
Believe in yourself.
but also create a sense of professionalism too,
Yes.
because you see, like, again, I'm gonna age some of you. I apologize. People like Walter Cronkite and Dan Rather and even Tom Brokaw from NBC back in the day. They had, this is different from podcasting, I know, but they earned the respect that they got from viewers because of
Yes.
not what they did, but how they did it. That's why Tom Brokaw was the anchor of NBC Nightly News for 22 years. That's why
Yes.
Dan Rather 24 years on CBS, Walter Cronkite 18 years on CBS. They did what they did, but it was also how they did it.
Yes.
And I think, sure, you can talk about careers. Careers are great to talk about, but if you
Yeah.
don't actually have a conversation, because at the end of the day, they're taking time out of their busy schedules to talk to you. It's
Yes.
not just it's like, oh, they're going to be on my podcast. No, they are talking to you as a person, not a
Yeah.
podcast host, even though you are. But that's one of my biggest tips is, just be yourself. Don't go all fanboy, first of all, because
Yes.
it's
I mean,
it's
yes, yes. There will be times I will be like, "Oh my gosh, you're talking to this person." Yes, but I keep it.
absolutely, yes. And
Yes,
I've gotten
before
to
any
nothing
before certain interviews. Yes, but I
nothing wrong
compose to
with that.
myself.
Nothing wrong with being excited about talking to people. But when you're actually doing it, that's a different story.
It's different.
It is very different. And, both of us have learned that over the years. I think, we've both developed our skills over time. We discovered, what works, what doesn't. But hey, that's a part of the process. You
Exactly.
know, it's a part of the process. And,
Yeah,
and
yeah. It's sometimes don't some yeah people don't really realize how much work that goes into even being involved in the podcast.
no, no,
It's
no,
it's it's it's
no.
not where doing scheduling interview, boom, it happens. There if you want episodes to be out and announcements for certain things, yeah, it's more with that, you
It's a
know.
lot
And
that
for
goes.
people respecting the hard work that we do,
Oh yeah,
I appreciate that, you know.
absolutely, absolutely. As a co-host, I appreciated it too. I really did. Um,
Yeah. I was gonna ask. I think I probably that was what I was thinking of. Then blinked
mhm.
off. Yeah, I was gonna ask. I know you want me to ask you questions later on, but
Sure.
to kind of start off with that, what do you think that you want to start like a smorgasbord kind of like a podcast from doing originally having Star Show with us, kind of translate to that to talk about food and culture and all that. So can you kind of talk a
Well,
little bit
it's
about that?
it's not necessarily food. That's just the literal definition of the word smorgasbord.
Okay.
Um, I kind of took a little bit from you, and I promise I'll give it back. But I'm, I'm,
Well,
I'm
thank you.
you're welcome.
Okay, all right, you can, yeah, all right, you can take me money now. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll pay you in I'll pay you in royalties. How about that? No, I kind of took a little bit of inspiration from you in term. I know we were talking about this
See,
earlier. How
See, now I was gonna say it later on, but knowing that there are people that start in their own podcast
yeah.
because of my show, that means the absolute world. Like
Well, yeah,
it's just
because
amazing. Like, Joey Wiggle started because of us. You started because of us.
yeah.
Allison started because of us. So it's like it's so cool.
I'll get to this later. It kind of goes back full circle because you started puppetry through me, which I was honored
Yeah.
about. I kind of wanted to, I guess, graduate a level. You know, I mean, I had been a part of the nostalgia room for years, but it's like there is more to podcasting than pop culture and nostalgia. I love pop culture, love nostalgia in of itself, but like the transition with you from that Barney podcast to the nostalgia show, I feel like this is my transition, you know, because this is my kind of expanding my horizons a little bit. Not to say we won't have nostalgic people on, you know, which
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because at the moment you only have your friends on, just kind of starting
yeah, but
out
see,
and see how
we're
it goes.
growing. We're growing. We're slowly building that. I don't want to say reputation, but kind of our repertoire.
Yeah, okay,
But yeah, it's like I wanted to expand. Originally, this was going to be a pop culture podcast, but it was like, you know what? There's a lot more to podcasting than pop culture. You know, I mean, pop culture in of itself is great, especially late '90s, early 2000s. You know, a lot of that
for sure.
kind of the turn of the millennium kind of thing. But also, there's more out there. You know, it's like big fish in a little pond, you know, so to speak, or little fish in a big pond. But whatever.
Here, fishy, fishy, fishy,
Oh,
fishy.
yeah. No,
Jim
but
Henson voice code. Here.
one of my favorite
Anyway.
Sesame segments ever, by the way.
Anyway.
That yeah, that was kind of this is kind of like my I don't want to say leveling up, but taking what I have learned from the nostalgia show, incorporating it to my own thing, because I'm a more
Right.
conversational person myself. You know, I think people when reaching out, I think they hear the term interview and are like, oh, it's just going to be the same thing over and over again. Like, there's nothing that I'm going to get out of it rather than this is speaking as a guest.
Right.
I'm not getting anything out of it. Meanwhile, they are. And I want both of us to at least get something out of it, you know, because most of these people that we're going to have on, we're meeting for the first time, you know, because my dad always says first impressions are everything. You know, my dad has always said that, not just about podcasting, but everything. Appearance, how you treat people, how you talk to people. And I think if you have that open mindset, I think that things are going to work out. That's probably why you've had so many amazing guests on your show too, is because, you know, not just who you've had on, but as you said, like you treat the guests with respect, they will give respect right back to you.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And there are certain guests that would like send me like messages about what even yeah, I remember I mean, I'll say one thing. I remember Pam Marciero, like
Love
she
it.
messaged me yeah, Pam's the best. I remember she messaged me, it's like, did you get to talk to Anthony Asbury? It's like, oh yeah, we did a while back. I think she might have completely forgot
That's
that we
right.
already
I
did
remember we did.
because
That's right.
and I remember I sent it to her. And I remember I sent the episode to her, and I remember she was like, and she was like, and I think I remember she said, "So happy you're doing this, Jake." It's like that
Oh,
is
that's
so
amazing.
cool. Like
That's
that is so cool.
that's the best.
Pam's
That's the best
Pam's the
feeling.
best.
That's the best feeling in the world, isn't it? Hearing,
That their guests like appreciate why we're doing it. You
yeah,
know?
yeah. It's not the fact that you're doing it. It's the why. Why do you do the show?
Yeah. And also,
Sure, the
there
compliments
are
from
people.
like Pam are great.
There are people who are even there are times where people might gonna ask you, what's the reason you want to start your show in the first place? Sometimes you kind of have to be ready to answer that question.
Yep.
Like sometimes you just never know. If some people so what's the reason you want to start Nostalgia Podcast? What is it? And just in case, and, sometimes you kind of have to think think of a good answer. So that way, those people who ask you that question will get better
Right.
from your perspective. You know what
Hmm.
I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rouseabout. That was a cool one. That was a cool one.
Wowzabout was awesome.
Yeah.
I checked that out again.
Um.
I checked that out again not too long ago. I First of all, can I just say the special itself is
Yeah,
amazing.
I love that. I
I
love that special so much. That was so
loved that
cool.
special. It
I
was
remember.
right up there with the Muppet Show as my favorite special I've seen this year. It
Oh my
is such.
gosh.
I love the heart that went behind it, and it is just an absolutely amazing special. If you have not checked Wowzabout, please go check it out.
Yeah.
It's on
Yeah.
YouTube and it's on
Yeah, that special is so
PBS once in a
amazing. And then, Nicole Goldman is a executive vice president branding for Jim Henson Company.
while.
And I remember like she reached out to me just out of nowhere. Say, I've heard, I understand that you're interested in talking to Hallie and Joyanne, the creators of Rouseabout. I will have them on those days. Can we make this work? I was like, okay, cool, sure.
Yes,
I was like,
yes, of
okay.
course, of course,
I
of course,
mean,
of course,
I mean, you can't. I mean, when there was a press interview, if someone asking you to do you want to do a press interview, you cannot say no to it. You
but
can't
also,
miss any opportunities
but also, you
because you just
can't.
never know.
But also, you can't. This is another thing to keep in mind for those just getting into podcasting. If you decide to do a press junket, like Wowzabout or something with Apple or anything like that, you cannot reschedule it. You have to do it on their time because they have limited time. And if you can't do it, you
Exactly.
can't. But it's like that's something you can not reschedule. Regular guests, sure. If things come up, you can reschedule. But a press junket, you cannot reschedule.
Yeah,
You can't because it is their time. That's all the time they have for that. And if you miss it, you miss it. That's another thing to keep in mind too.
yes.
Man, I feel like we're teachers in podcasting today, don't we?
Apparently, I don't know.
Apparently, but hey, you know what? I'm here
Yeah.
for it. I'm
Yeah. Anyway.
here for it. Since we're talking about people, um, I am curious, what was the guest that you were most shocked to get? Not in terms of like we got this big person, but like more like I wasn't expecting us to actually find this person, but we got him.
I already have an answer straight away when you
Go
started
for it.
saying that
Go
question,
for it. Go for it.
and and that is flipping Greg Page. That's like, and also that's like my favorite interview we've ever done throughout the whole show itself. I don't think this is gonna be top any of it than Greg's than our chat with Greg, because keep this in mind, y'all. I was, as we already talked about earlier, as me and Matt were talking about earlier, yeah, I was definitely a big Wiggles fan growing up, and the Wiggles are literally the reason. Oh yeah, right. That's another thing. The Wiggles are ser I mean, the Wiggles technically changed my life for the better because I didn't get back to see the Boxing Wiggles Big Show and all that. I don't know where my life has been if it wasn't, because if not, you wouldn't even know me. All the poetry community people and Roblox
Right.
Wiggles people, we all wouldn't know me at all if I didn't get to that Roblox game, seeing Wiggles Roblox show. Just simple as that. It's flipping
Right.
crazy how life can do that to you. Where
Oh yeah.
if you did one thing and then you made so many friends, and
Yep.
it's so like I can't really say anything better than that. It's unbelievable. But but yeah, I remember Chris tried to reach out to him through like Twitter, and then
Hmm.
they had to go through Hard Nation first in order to see
Right.
if it, because that's where he's doing now. Well, I mean, it's now the Heart Foundation, but at the moment, about that time, it was Heart Nation.
Right. That's what I remember.
Um, because he's do stuff for there now. So
Right.
ever since, because of that moment happened 6 years ago, but
Yeah.
which I'm so grateful that he's still here and people that even
Oh,
knows what happened to him.
oh, me too, man.
So grateful. But yeah, yeah, I feel like Greg is the one that was like most unexpected. I remember I told Chris, it's like, what does that word mean? It's like, Oh, keen. A keen means the person's interested. Um, that's right. I remember you were in the call with me. I remember.
That's
I
because
remember
that
it was
that that
both
one
of us, Chris and Wiggly Alex.
right, yeah,
Not Alex and Wiggo, different Alex.
different Alex, yeah.
I
Uh,
remember four
that
of us.
that
I
one.
remember I was flipping out. I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
we all
oh my
were.
gosh,
We
oh
all
my
were.
gosh!"
Yeah, that
And
was
then I was like, "Greg Page," and then
right.
I remember Chris's face was like,
I
"Are you
think it.
kidding?
Yeah,
Are you
it hit him
kidding
right. It's
me?
like, oh my god.
Are you serious?"
Yeah, yeah. I
So
remember.
gang,
Yeah,
yeah,
it took a long time for you guys to do it because you guys taped that after I was gone. But the fact that it happened, man, it actually
like getting to
happened.
talk to Greg was like that was.
I
I
was
mean,
so excited
it's
for
so
you
fucking crazy. Like
because I know
even
that's
even
one that had tried to be,
even I would yeah, like even when we have like even I would love to have him more longer so I can tell him like you made such a big difference in my life. We only have him for an hour, so I can't really do that because we have so much to talk about with
oh
him.
yeah, and
But
that's the hard thing too. That's the
but
hard
just
thing
in
too.
general, just that we did it, even that we got to do it, chat with him in some way. It's that's so crazy. I yeah, my younger self would go absolutely nuts, but but
We all, dude, we all
yeah,
did. Yeah,
I mean,
that
obviously,
that
I mean,
had been.
Greg was the one who got me back to be more confident with my singing, and I mean, I was into chorus elementary school through high school, but Greg was the one who got me back to singing, like just from my own voice
Mhm.
because of how his amazing singing, and no one can sing like Greg,
No,
literally, saying that right now.
no,
Even he said himself he's not a good singer. Greg,
yes, he is.
Greg,
Yes,
are
yes.
you bonkers?
Greg, stop
And
lying. Yes, you are. Have you folks heard his
even
rendition of?
even I've heard of Noah McNeil say he's not a good singer. It's like
Yes,
you sing as Bear. You're definitely a singer, Noah. What are you talking about?
I was gonna say, have you folks heard his Greg's rendition of Sweet Caroline?
Oh, so good. So
Amazing,
see what I did there? So
amazing.
good, so good,
Aha,
so good.
aha.
I
Good
know
job, you.
it's
Good
right
job,
there. It's
you.
right there.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember. I
that
was like,
that was
this is really cool.
that was.
Like Greg's voice, like, he can like sing to anything. It's,
Mm,
it's even he can't even if he was doing the shimmy shake and Sam like range, he can't do it.
no, no offense to
He can't
Sam.
do
No,
it. Only Sam do it.
he can't. No, that one, Greg, that was still in the process when I was still on the show. It took quite a few years
Yeah,
to
so
put that
both
to
me and
content.
Chris and Tyler got to
Um,
talk to him. It was such a dream come true. I would love to have
oh,
I would love to,
oh, that's
hopefully
amazing.
eventually, be in touch with him saying, hey, I know it's a high praise from someone just I know it's a high praise from someone to say it to you
Yeah,
because you're just a human like me, just you and me, but you made such a big difference in my life, Greg. I can just go on. I just
yeah,
want the OGs know like y'all made such a difference in my life. Like you have no
absolutely,
idea. So
absolutely. I was so
I would
happy.
love to say that to Anthony because I mean Anthony was the one who started.
Well, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, that one I was super happy that you guys got because like I
yeah.
said, that one was that was in the progress stage when I was
Yeah.
still on.
We did have we got to talk to him in April of last year.
That's right.
So it's
I was
definitely 6 months after
yeah,
your episodes are
6 months after
done.
about 6 months after my last episode was taped.
Yeah.
But still, I was so happy that you guys were able to do it because I know that had been a thing in development for I don't know
For like a
about
year or so.
something like that, about a
I
year,
mean,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah, but hey, you know what? You guys made it happen, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just awesome. The fact that you guys got him,
Yeah,
like
I mean, there are times I would get emotional thinking about it.
I don't blame you.
Like,
I do
it's
not
like we got the time with Craig. Oh my fuck. Oh my God.
that dude. that that happened so many times on this show, so many times over the years, where
But
or after we would just get emotional. Like, did we really just talk to this person?
yeah. That's what. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember Tyler. It was when that was when Greg was in the waiting room. I remember Tyler was like, "God, Jay, Chris, he's just a person like you and me. Let's take a breathe. Let's take
Good
a breathe.
idea.
Let's take a breathe
Good idea.
until let's take a breathe for a second. Breathe in, breathe out. We have like a breathing session, for like a second before we
You
had
know
him
what?
on.
But
It's like,
but you
thank you,
know what?
Tyler. Thank you.
But you know what? For a guest like that, you absolutely should. For a guest like
Oh.
Greg Page, you absolutely needed that deep breath.
But okay, yeah.
You
I
absolutely
know.
did.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of other other favorite guests.
Wow.
Kevin Clash. That was a big one.
Dude,
Uh,
I was so shocked we got Kevin Clash, man.
like that. Like
That was
I remember
amazing.
that was a wild thing. I remember
That
mentioning to him at GalaxyCon.
right,
Obviously Steve. Oh yeah, Steve Whitmire too.
right.
Peter Lynch, Jen Barnhart. Obviously John
Uh,
Tartaglia, John
uh,
Kimball.
John Tartaglia, man.
Um.
John Tartaglia.
Julie Johnson, Patty Wirtz.
I love them too, man. Oh, those were so
Um.
fun.
Josh Dela Cruz, Tracy, and Angela.
Right, right. Yeah. Oh my god.
It's oh my gosh.
Oh, oh my god, I'm trying to keep up.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep
yeah,
up.
yeah, and also with I am also the Sprout people that we got to talk to.
Right, Denisha Pratt especially. That was
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah,
And
Kevin,
Kevin,
um,
right. Um, Michelle
um,
Lepe and Stacey Newcomb were amazing.
yes, that was oh my gosh,
That one was
seeing
great.
Star and Michelle,
Yes.
Nina like hug each other. I remember, I was like, oh my God,
I know. I was
like,
tearing up on that
oh
moment too. That was
gosh.
such a beautiful moment, man. Because
Oh yeah,
they
Oh
worked there
yeah,
for years.
yeah, a Bill Beretta.
Bill Beretta.
Oh yeah, obviously Noel too.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, and obviously I'm Ryan Sonya, one of the lead dancers. And Murray and
Oh,
Philip. Oh my
Murray
God.
was a great
I mean,
one.
I mean, talking to Murray, that was so cool.
That was so cool.
Um,
One of my
I remember Murray mentioned my name for a second. Oh, Jake's sorry, I don't know. Oh,
right.
good Murray. Yeah,
Oh, good.
he's so down to earth. He's so
Right.
cool.
One of my all-time favorites and hasn't been mentioned yet was Carmen Osbar. The
Yes. Yeah, Pam too. Fran Brill.
and Fran Brill, Donna Kimball was a favorite of mine. And
Um,
I always think back to when Moki referred to me as silly creature Matt. I always think
yeah.
back like wait like and the funny thing is
Jen Barnhart.
I didn't even notice until I watched the tape later. I'm like, wait, Moki just referred to me as silly creature Matt. What is happening? What is my life?
Yeah.
But
Um.
Carmen especially is amazing.
Oh yeah,
I
Maury
love
Robinson. There's so many.
Marty Marty Robinson was fantastic. I think that was a turning point too. I remember my introduction. Guy who may open doors for us. What you mean that
Oh my.
one?
Oh yeah. Oh
No.
yeah. Our most popular one, Michael Branton, narrator for Thomas. Which.
Although Greg Page is getting up there too.
Oh my gosh,
I would
Leslie Craig Rudolph and Jerry Massolino.
Leslie.
Oh my
Oh, Leslie,
gosh.
love her. I love Leslie. She's so
Yeah, again, talk about all the Barney people that I with
like we
Patty,
said,
Patty and Shirley.
Patty Words, Julie
Um,
Johnson. Those were so fun. I loved talking to Julie and
oh
Patty.
yeah, and yeah. Denisha's so cool.
Denisha was
I remember she
great.
was tearing up from the fan art I was like, oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, right.
Yeah, I can go on and on,
I know.
but
I'm trying. I'm trying to think back.
Are there any guys that's watched this and haven't said your name? Do not take it personal. There's way
Don't
too
take it
many,
personal.
and I love every single guest we have on the show. So there's that.
Scroll them all. I'm kidding. No, don't do that.
Okay, all right. So we
No,
got okay,
no,
all right,
no. We'd be here.
all right. Peter
We'd be
Noel,
here forever.
Josh Martin, Cal Nelson, Todd Bunch, Jeff Sutton. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
No, I'm just kidding.
no. I'm trying to think. Oh man, I'm trying to think of because there's so many that we did together.
I mean, all these Sesame people we've got to talk to. I mean, we got. Yeah, recently Frankie Cordero.
I love that you guys got Frankie Cordero.
Yeah, Brand Smith, obviously.
I love Brandon. Oh my God, that
Dear friend of mine.
dear friend of ours.
Like
Well,
Brandon's so cool.
let me tell you, folks,
Got
about
to meet him a few times already.
let me tell you, folks,
He's the
about
best.
Brandon. Brandon is one of the most talented people ever. Um, some of you know I've done my live stream show over the years, and we did the show on Instagram for our first 3 years. The fun thing about doing Bingo Live, especially during the Instagram era, was we could play so well off of each other, and it's unscripted, so you never knew what anybody was going to say. But Brandon's singing, his improv, just amazing. And now he's what? What is this? His fifth year at Sesame, I think.
Yeah. I
His
think so
fifth
too.
season, because I know
Or definitely
fourth or
six
fifth
around there.
around there. Because I remember when we had him on the first time, that was around the time he got hired at Sesame,
Yeah,
which
for the West Barbershop haircut. That was the first thing he
I
did.
loved that video so much. I was just watching it a
Yeah,
couple weeks.
Bradley from you and Chris Thomas Hayes.
Oh, they're great. I love them. Well, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in producing something like that too. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, uploading an episode once a week. You know, trying to make it look great. You know, trying to make it as good a quality as you can. You know, but I mean, this is most of the work anyway. You know, because it's like, you know, you're producing something that you hope that people will enjoy. Most of the time, people love it. You
Yeah.
know, and again, the guests really seem to as well. You know, I've been in touch with quite a few guests over the years. Obviously, not as many as you, but it really is just amazing how far the show has come. Um, Last question I have: Where do you we talked about the past? You know, we talked about the present. Where do you see Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show a year from now?
Well, okay, I thought you were gonna ask me a question. I thought you were gonna ask me that certain question as a joke.
No,
All right.
no.
So,
See that? No.
so,
See,
all right.
I technically we already. But
So,
see that
all right. Okay, all right. All
that's a
right.
you
Okay,
thing.
it's your turn. When you think of nostalgia, what do you think of? No, I'm just
But
kidding.
that's a you thing. I'd have to be even more royalties than I already am now. That's your show. This is
Oh
mine. This is
gosh.
different. I'm not gonna ask your question on my show. That's not happening. That question is your
I
thing.
I know. Uh, um, honestly, about how the show will be going for how it's going to be for a year or even more years to come.
Yeah,
Um,
where do you hypothetically speaking, because obviously we can't predict what's gonna happen, but where do you
right.
see Jake's Happiness Side show a year from now?
Yeah, honestly, I'm just kind of more like I want to keep having these type of wonderful conversations and I want to have fans to keep more, I want to keep doing what we've been doing. And the more we're going to do more episodes, you know, it's going to get, as long as we keep doing it, what's the purpose of we're doing it? How the show is at the moment. That's I think in such a simple manner that we've always been doing and keep been doing it. Yes, there are times that me and Chris we have lives. I have a job now. He just got done with college. He's trying to have a job himself. So there's a thing, so there's a lot when it comes to have a busy life and doing a progress. But even I would still love doing the show because that's how where my heart is. And
Mhm.
even I think of nostalgia. I think of it so soup like I sometimes even get emotional when I think about nostalgia because
Yeah,
it makes it's a very deep thing for me that I'm not taking it for granted at all.
as you shouldn't.
And from how my life has been in the last 10 almost 10 years from 2018, got all this stuff, got me back. The Wiggles was the one that got me back to all this stuff, and then now 2021, I know all these wonderful people in the puppetry community, and doing the show, and into 2020, and doing the show in 2021. Yeah, it's amazing how my life has going, and I wouldn't take this for granted at all, and as long as we keep doing it how we always do, I'm sure the show will keep going because of how we are, how much we cared about nostalgia, yes, but with the people that got to be involved with it too, and as a simple and yeah, also professional manner too, but in the good way too.
Absolutely. You've got a lot of momentum right now, and since we really have had a lot of momentum over the years as the guests got bigger and bigger,
Yeah.
again, I'll talk about my favorite moments briefly. I mentioned Don
Yeah, I mean,
Kimball.
I was gonna ask. I mean, you can answer that too,
Yeah,
but I was gonna ask you, like, what is your favorite, like nostalgia memory throughout your childhood?
we talked a lot about VHS tapes at the beginning. I think watching those VHS tapes growing up, I think it was really nostalgic for me. And even watching now, it's like, oh yeah, I remember watching this. Yeah, I think that's the most nostalgic for me. Um, Favorite moments. There's one in particular, and I think I've mentioned this before. I had mentioned on the show before what I refer to as the Cheryl Blaylock effect. Um,
Cheryl, yeah, I love Cheryl too.
Cheryl's great. She had. I'll make this brief because a lot, but she had when Eureka's Castle. I don't know if you remember sharing the story. She when Eureka's Castle had taped at Nickelodeon Studios back in 1990.
Yep.
They would do these tours, and kids would come up to her and it's like, can you do the voice? And we would ask people all the time to do the voice. It's like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah,
Sarah
and
and
then
Sarah was like,
she would ask us to close our eyes,
yep,
and
and she did, and that's the cool thing too, the visualization of the character, and that's why I got so emotional with John Tartaglia doing Gobo, which
Gobo and Moki with Donna Kimball too, because of you've been Fargo fans since
that was 8 years old.
for 18 years.
18 years, yep. Yeah, I have been a Fraggle fan since I was 8 years old, and I did get teary eyed when John Tartaglia did go before.
Oh, I'm so
Aw.
happy! Oh
And
my gosh!
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
it was just like it's just the visualization of like Gobo like right in front of us, because it felt like we were
oh,
it felt like we
oh
were,
my gosh!
face to face. Obviously, the reason puppeteers only do their voices for us is because we'd have to go through either like Henson or
Yeah,
Sesame, that's
all
why
that permission stuff, but
permission stuff, and it's probably a big one. But with that being said, um, that's one I vividly remember like as one of my favorites. Not to mention all the stories we heard from Don Tartaglia. I mentioned um, when he wrote the letter to Jim Henson. I think in oh god, he was 8, so it must have been 86. I think it was. It's like write letters, you know, and then
yeah,
and then
yeah,
and then coming so
yeah,
close to meet him uh, when the Mickey Mouse Club was on the air, and
right.
then the story. God, the story about the mud troll. You remember the story you told about the mud troll?
Oh yeah, that's right. I have Victor Yera. That's right. Another one.
Oh, Victor,
Another
you're yes,
a
Delamero.
Scracky.
Swaggy. Love Swaggy. Um, yeah, John Tart.
Yeah.
I'll give the Cliff Notes version. They were filming Johnny and the Sprites, and Johnny was a mud troll, but
Oh,
they
oh
but
right.
they couldn't use mud. So what did they use? Oatmeal. You know what happens with oatmeal? It congeals up. The problem is
It congeals up like over time, and from how long
and
it
it
takes
becomes
to
hard to
film
move.
an A episode.
It becomes hard to move.
Yeah, and so literally it takes like 5 people to help him out. And it was
Yeah,
like, Huh? Can someone help me?
Well,
Huh?
we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. They tried to. The problem
They,
was somebody pulled.
they, in Johnny's words, uh, uh,
They all leave. Everybody left because somebody
everyone leaves. They
because
left.
somebody pulled the fire alarm.
Yes.
That was wild. Yeah, and one other story I'll mention here. Sean Altman, another favorite of mine, great Rockapella.
Okay. Yeah.
The
Yeah. I love Sean.
He's great. The letter a fan had written to him in like 1995 or 96. It was in Providence, Rhode Island. It was a show in Providence, Rhode Island, and this may be a little, actually, a lot of risque, and I apologize on this in advance. These are the letter's words, not mine. The letter started out, and I quote: "If I were to blow Sean Altman, here's how I would do it." And it's literally, I don't know if you remember him saying this, it is literally a loose leaf, front and back, of all the ways this girl would blow Sean Altman. And I was just sitting there like,
I probably might remember it if I would go back to that episode again. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna. I haven't. I don't. Honestly, I'm gonna say it too. I don't really watch I don't really watch episodes.
really?
Well, I mean, I do, but it's I don't watch. I don't watch my own work.
You don't watch every episode.
I just don't watch my own work as much.
That's fair.
I don't know. It's I don't
Some
know. It's
people,
kind of weird for me that I just when like doing it and then actually watching, hear my voice is just it's complete different for me.
that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, that's
I
absolutely
could
fair.
because me being so very shy person, I'm just
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
I would get so embarrassed.
And not to
No
mention
reason.
some people look or mostly hear themselves, and it's like, oh, that's what I sound like. Weird.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like that with me. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not like
no,
about how
pretty
the way I
bad
speak or
public too.
anything. It's just I don't know.
Yeah,
Probably or probably where I'll be like, oh shoot, I forgot to
I
say
forgot to
that
mention this.
moment. I forgot. Yeah, exactly. There are
And
times where like, shoot,
I hate that
that's it.
too.
That's the one I was thinking of earlier at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Anyway,
no, yeah, no. Jake, this has been absolutely amazing to me. Ah, there we go. No, I forgot I had a snooze for my reminder to clock in. That's why I gotta turn that
uh,
off. Hey, fuck, shut up. Trying to record here, damn it. And I already clocked in
um,
anyway. I already clocked in anyway. So anyway, um, this has been a lot of fun, looking back on 5 years of just having
I was gonna
blast.
say too to end off, of all the adventures that we got to
Yeah.
do together, seeing getting see Matt Vogel performing Kermit and
Oh yeah,
Jim,
that's yeah. You know what? You know
University of
what?
Maryland and
Let's
an exhibit
yeah,
of all of us there
let's talk about
and
those briefly.
GABA and Fraggle Rock Back to Rock Live and
Dude,
Sesame Musical,
dude,
all the wonderful things we got to do together. And I know there's
dude.
gonna be a lot more coming.
Oh yeah, dude. I was so excited when we went to see Fraggle Rock Back to Rock live in New York City. It was
Yeah,
amazing. Oh my God.
it was so cool. The
It was
traffic
so cool
was
seeing those roller
absolute
coaster close like that.
the traffic was absolute B word, but
Mm.
but
It was
but
a bore. It was a bore. That's what it was. That's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
It was a bore.
exactly. That's right.
Which it was.
That was
It
the word I was
was.
gonna go
It was.
for.
Yes. No, seeing that in person was amazing. And then you folks see this poster back here, the Jim Henson exhibition.
Oh gosh,
I cannot believe it has been almost 3 years
yeah, that's wild.
since that.
I don't
That
know
was
what
the
else
first.
what we're saying than wild. I know I say
That
wild a
was
lot in this
that
interview,
was the
but
first time. That was the first time we met in person, along with a bunch of our other friends. We had met in person when the exhibit was here in Baltimore in
yeah,
2023, and it was amazing. Of course, we went to GalaxyCon together. We went to
yeah,
that Dean lecture event, which was like
yes.
that still does not feel real to me because it's like, wait, we were in the same room as the Kermit the Frog, and now Matt Vogel's nominated for an Emmy. which is amazing.
Yeah.
Good for him. Congrats.
Yeah, Matt.
So happy for him.
Fogo.
Congrats to him on his Emmy nomination. And then of course we went to see Yo Gabba Gabba Live, which was so fun. Oh my god.
Oh
That
my
we
gosh.
went to see that last summer and it was
I'm
amazing.
not, bro, imagine.
Oh
Well,
no.
imagine I was saying to you the other day about imagine
You're-
actual Froggle puppets, and we
Dude,
got to see the Froggle puppets. Like
shut up.
that'd be crazy.
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
I
Shut
will,
your mouth.
I will.
No, I feel like they might. Here's my thought. I feel like
Theory,
they.
yeah.
I feel like they might. This is just a hypothetical. I feel like they might do that either late next year or sometime in 2028 because of Fraggle Rock's 45th anniversary. I don't know for sure. We don't know for sure, but that's
If it's gonna be New
that's just
York,
my thought.
I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm going.
I'm
like.
going. Yeah, I don't care. I will take off of work. I will go to New York or wherever it is because I know they did a thing a couple years ago, about almost 2 years ago in Atlanta. I'm still pissed I missed out on that. So it's like wherever this
Yeah.
is, I'm going. I will book a hotel, book a flight if I need to. I'm going to this thing.
I hope I can go there one day. Atlanta for some poetry arts.
Oh yeah, I
my
felt
goodness.
I felt so bad I missed out on that event.
Yeah, me too.
There was man, and then Dragon
But-
Con and then
yeah,
Dragon
and-
Con.
It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot more fun stuff coming with both of us.
Oh yeah,
down the road.
there's
That's all we
there's
can
a
say,
lot of
man.
fun stuff with us coming up, and please check out Jake's Happy Nostalgia Show as it marks the beginning of its 6th season, technically.
6 year, yeah.
Yeah, 6th year, 6th season, whatever. Check out his puppet work too. We never really got to talk a lot about that, but check out his puppet work at the Deffinbaugh Puppet Land on Instagram. Jake, thank you so much for being here, man. And again, congrats on the 5th anniversary of the podcast, and being a part of it for 3 years was truly one of the biggest honors of my life. And I'm glad I got to share so many wonderful memories with you. And I can't wait for more. I'm excited to see where your show heads. I'm really proud of you. Congrats on 5 years, man.
Okay, I'll do that. I'll do this. Right. Well, thanks again, Matt, for having me. This was a lot of fun, and looking forward to more fun interviews with you coming up with you, buddy.
Right back at you, man. I'm excited for what's next for your show and for your puppetry as well. I'm very excited for what the future holds for both of us, and I can't wait to share more wonderful adventures with you. I'm really excited about it.
Me too. Thanks again for this, buddy.
Right back
Well,
at you. Right back at you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks again.
Yep.
That's all for now. Hope you got your fill. Join us next week for another fun-filled, enchanting, and exciting episode of English Smorgasbord. Thanks for visiting. So long.